Hello, I'm Jordan Thomas, narrative director of XCOM, and with me here is Harvey Whitney, producer of XCOM.
Hey, thanks for watching today.
He's going to be driving the demo we show to you today. This is our E3 2011 XCOM demo walkthrough. Now, as Agent Carter, that's what you're fighting for. That child's family and thousands of others like it are the stakes in this conflict with the alien enemy. But here in 1962, Kennedy is president, the Cuban Missile Crisis is threatening to turn the Cold War hot, and your job is to assemble a team of the finest minds in asymmetrical warfare to repel this threat for which there is no field experience. These guys are the analysts who are assembling mission profiles from emergency calls all around the country and feeding it to you and your squad. Our job is a little more direct. What we're going to do is assemble our team and head out into the field, capture the enemy technology, and turn their own weapons against them.
Agent Carter, a real pleasure to meet you. I'm Agent Leon Barnes.
So this guy's Agent Barnes. He can speak to the strengths and weaknesses of all the agents available to you with authority.
Come with me and we'll get you set up for the field.
So, true confession time. 2K Marin is full of big fat RPG nerds like me, and this underground base is a true social space where you can meet with your fellow field officers and discuss strategies to repel the aliens, and sort of look at what it's like to experience the emotional cost of this kind of invasion from within. Now we're going to assemble our squad of agents from the array that Harvey's managed to accrue over the course of the game.
Meet our master at arms. He is an ammo dump on legs, makes his own rounds. First guy you want nearby when you hear the click of an empty chamber. If you're looking for a bruiser, you found your guy. Don't let the dress code fool you. There's other suits made of dead Ruskies.
The agents are the primary channels of player growth in XCOM. We like to say that they're like your left and right hand, and it's up to you to turn each one into a fist. Now, similar to the original games, you've got this big stable of them that you're able to work on and specialize as you play through the campaign. Harvey's already taken a couple of these guys out into the field, and the commando at the top there is ready to purchase a new ability with field experience. So why don't we take a look at what's available? Harvey went with Defensive Shield. That creates a kind of impervious energy bubble anywhere on the battlefield, which can both function as dynamic cover for your team or crowd control for your enemies, where you can separate them from one another. And now that we've got our squad, and you can take 2 agents into the field at once, we'll go ahead and head over to the operations floor and pick our next mission.
You're all set, Agent Carter. And hey, watch your back out there.
As of now, Will, you're in command of XCOM's muscle. Here on the ops floor, we'll supply the brains. But there's one mind in particular I need on the team. A man of singular expertise. That's your next mission.
That's Angela. She's XCOM's division chief. She's former CIA, and her job is to take all of the data that the analysts assemble and turn it into these mission profiles for you to choose between. When we played the original XCOM games, we felt sort of almost overwhelmed with choices in between missions. And so here on the big board, you're able to select between missions that drive the story forward and sort of secondary strategic opportunities in pursuit of a resource. For example, Illyrium 115 is the heavy element that powers all of the alien technology. If we capture that, Harvey can invest it in research and gain long-term growth rewards like new weapons, agent powers, and so on. Or let's say he wants to deploy one of his agents to go on a mission without him, and that agent will come back with new field experience, which he can spend on perks and gear and so on. So let's take a look at what Harvey does next.
Until recently, Dr. Alan Weir was working with Dad, analyzing the alien technology and subverting it to help humanity fight back. A short time ago, we lost contact with him. You and your team will head to his last known location, track him down, and bring him home.
So Harvey's chosen a backbone story mission. Assembling a team of the best also affects the story of the game. If we get Dr. Alan Weir, he will join the base and be able to comment on future missions, and he will also grant XCOM a significant boon in terms of its research potential. So why don't we go ahead and accept that mission and deploy to the field?
And remember, there's no one else like Weir. Try not to break him.
So if that combat intelligence, that fierce hunger to understand the enemy from the inside out is key to what we feel makes an XCOM experience mechanically, the human relationship to the unknown is critical to the themes of this origin story. 1962 in the United States is a political hotbed. You had civil rights taking racial tensions and bringing them to the head. You had issues of gender and sexuality. All of these marginalized voices finally coming to a fever pitch where the ruling elite, who had for so long kind of managed the image of the country, didn't really believe that they belonged. And so it's into that theater that we step now. So here we are in the Sky Ranger. These guys are the agents, and that gear that they're wearing represents the unique powers that each one that Harvey selected will bring to the battlefield. Here's a good view of our setting. 1962's American dream at the verge of a tectonic cultural shift. People like Dr. Weir had found themselves persecuted throughout the 50s for their politics or their sexuality. In his case, both. But now he finds himself the scientific belle of the ball. Some of those old lines are beginning to blur and new ones are being drawn. Now we're supposed to make contact with the National Guard. They've set up a perimeter around this community the second that they heard that there might be an alien incursion there. Let's look for someone in charge.
This isn't right. I can feel it.
An empty checkpoint does not bode well. Let's look for signs of life.
What in hell happened here?
Federal agents. Let's see some ID, pal.
That's the face of the alien enemy in XCOM. Collectively known as the Outsiders, they're made of a kind of living technology. That one was an infiltrator class, able to look like any human it wants for purposes of reconnaissance. But what was it looking for? It looks like it had opened the dossier on Dr. Alan Weir. They probably consider him a person of interest because he's been subverting their technology and making it work for humanity. But that alarm means we're not going to catch the rest by surprise. We'd better move quickly. Alone in XCOM, Harvey will get slaughtered. He has to command his agents very precisely in order to survive. This looks like a